Hey folks, whenever we started off with a bunch of questions, I threw a couple example questions in and some people wanted to hear the answers. So people asked, can you talk about the change in Google's referrer string? So that was one of my questions that got voted up. And I would be happy to. The short answer is that there is a change on the horizon, and it's only a very small percentage of users right now, but I think that it probably will grow, and it will grow over time, where Google's referrer, that is, whenever you do a Google search and you click on a result, you go to another website, and your browser passes along a value called a referrer. That referrer string will change a little bit. It used to be google.com/search, for example. Now it will be google.com/URL. And for a short time, we didn't have what the query was, which got a lot of people frustrated. But the google.com/search, the new Google referrer string, will have the query embedded in it. And there's a really interesting tidbit that not everybody knows, which is it also has embedded in that referrer string a pretty good idea of where on the page the click happened. So for example, if you were result number 1, there's a parameter in there that indicates the click came from result number 1. If you were number 4, it will indicate the click came from result number 4. So now you don't necessarily need to go scraping Google to find out what your rankings were for these queries. You can find out, oh yeah, I was number 1 for this query whenever someone clicked on it and came to my website. So that can save you a ton of work. You don't need to worry nearly as much. You don't have to scrape Google. You don't have to think about ranking reports. Now we don't promise that this will be a feature that we guarantee that we'll always have on Google forever, but definitely take advantage of it for now. There's one interesting twist, which is Google's universal search, or blended search, is also taken account into the results. So imagine that you've done a search for sunset, and maybe we have 3 images of a sunset, and then your website is number 1 for sunset. You might show up as if you were at position number 4 because those images are treated as if they're results 1, 2, and 3. Or if you had a news result, the news headline and the 2 or 3 links after that might be treated as regular results. So in theory, you could think you're at position 4 when it just was that you had an image or 2 or 3 up ahead of you. But for the most part, this gives you a very accurate idea of where on the page you were. So you get all kinds of extra information that you can use in your analytics and to compute your ROIs without having to do a lot of extra work. So if you can, it's a great idea to look at that referrer string and start to take advantage of that information. Again, this only affects a small percentage of users right now, but we expect that it will grow over time.